Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, and can you believe it? The fourth day of June already, and as was expected and deserved, another beautiful day in the neighborhood, but sadly, the last one of its kind for a while. So, the latest on the severe weather threat starting tomorrow, the uncertainty that still surrounds it, the wind threat, the chances of flash flooding that exist over the course of the next several days, all in focus tonight that I'll talk about in just a few moments. Usually on Wednesday nights, the last thing I leave you with is a brief synopsis or summary as to what's coming out in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. Well, I'm going to do that right now briefly at the start of this show, but not for the Sagersville Independent. Of course, I shared with you a few weeks ago that we had just purchased the Big Sandy News, and for the past few weeks, it has been quite simply a logistical challenge, we'll say, to of course make all the changeover to, and I'll just stop right there. Let's just say it's been a very hectic past few weeks. In fact, the Big Sandy News has been published for the past 2 weeks, but we really had little input because the previous owner was still conducting or doing that service until we could get someone in-house in Louisa. So for the past week, we've had that person working here out of the Sagersville Independent office, and tomorrow's edition of the Big Sandy News will be the first one that we have actually had our hands on. And if you have picked up one of those as of late in the past few years, you will notice a dramatic difference starting tomorrow. So just to let you know, and they will be available on newsstands, a few this week as we're ramping up production numbers, but more to come over the coming weeks. But tomorrow, a Memorial Day Pictures, a Johnson Central Middle School Award. Eddie Schmidt is a cardboard artist, and there's a nice piece on him in tomorrow's edition of the Big Sandy News. More, of course, on the storm and fatality in Prestonsburg. It's the graduation tab special tomorrow, and I think we have 6 schools from the 4-county area that participated in this edition, that being in, of course, the Johnson, Lawrence, Floyd, and Martin County areas. And, of course, Central and Paintsville High School were among those. And as well, a breaking story that just came in just before we were about to go to press, or are about to go to press at this hour. Authorities have been searching for a man from West Virginia wanted for a fatal hit and run. He was arrested in Lawrence County just a few moments ago, and we were able to get that into tomorrow's edition. So we hope that you'll support that paper as well as we focus and work real hard on covering the news of the other parts of Eastern Kentucky and the Big Sandy News in the future. More on the weather here locally, more on some other news and information as well. Let me tell you about something else that I want to share with you. There is a 5K that's been set, and whether you choose to run, walk, or participate or not in this 5K, well, I hope you'll help support it and its cause because it's a little near and dear to our heart. Wes Brown, okay, Rex Talladega is, of course, how he's much more widely known, but a super nice and very talented young man who actually does some videography work here for us here at Your News Today, videos, some meetings, some other things, and he has for the past couple of years. And I've always said that he really, as bad as I hate to see him go, he needs to go somewhere else with the talents that he has. So he actually has the opportunity to do so, and a lot of folks like us are trying to help him get there. In this particular instance, in this 5K, the Big Lick Church wants to invite you to be a participant in the Talladega 5K. It's a run, walk, 5K event that's going to be held Saturday the 15th, not this Saturday, fortunately, at 1 o'clock. It's going to be purpose of this is to help raise money for this local young man to attend the Arts International Showcase in Orlando, Florida. It's a talent convention where aspiring actors, models, or singers who have been previously selected by talent scouts to attend the event are going to be there, where they'll perform in front of agents and managers and casting directors. And also, possibly, well, no, they will be put on film and we'll be working with other actors and people in the film industry at that time in Orlando. The Talladega 5K is an effort to raise money to get Wes there. There's a substantial fee just to get in the door, and also, of course, traveling costs. And we're talking about a few $1,000s. He's been working very hard to raise money. A lot of folks have been helping him in his honor. I hope that you can do so as well. If it's not the 5K event, if you would like to seriously drop a donation off here at the newsroom, we would gladly take it. We have been from a few friends and family in his name and in his honor, and we would like to see him get this opportunity because he's just super talented and very well deserved. He's a really nice young man. The event's going to be held June the 15th at 1 o'clock at the Big Lick Church. They'll start at the picnic shelter there on Burning Fork. It's just $10 for adults, $5 for kids. Donations, they're not going to ask you for them, but I would greatly appreciate it, and they would graciously accept it. If you have any questions, call my friend Wes Brown at 496-6514. We'll be talking about that. He's already gone through the first screening process here in the area and got accepted or invited to come back, and he and I, we've all done the research on this program, and it's legitimate, and it's a pretty good opportunity for him. We hope it works out well. One reminder, as I mentioned it days ago, but due to a scheduling conflict, the food boxes at the Magafa County Senior Citizen Center are going to be given out Thursday the 27th for the month of June, a week later than they normally give them out. Also, they're going to be closed June the 14th because of Worldwide Elder Abuse Awareness Walk festivities in Martin County. I need to catch my breath. Here are just a couple of words from a few of our sponsors. Let them know you're watching when you can, and I'll be right back. Join everyone at Hope Family Medical Center and Big Sandy Healthcare in recognizing May as Mental Health Awareness Month and Melanoma Month. Hope's Kimberly Davis is there to provide individual and family behavioral health and substance abuse services to help with stress, depression, dependency, or anything impacting your health and quality of life. And Hope is there to help you prevent, detect, and live by spotting skin cancer that affects millions of Americans each year, with almost 10,000 people diagnosed every day. M stands for May, Mental Health and Melanoma, and Hope Family Medical Center stands for you. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
Check out this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent and get this coupon for a buy 1 foot-long or 1 chicken sandwich deal where you can get the second one for only $1. That's right, get the coupon and get a foot-long or a chicken sandwich and get a second one for just $1. And here's a little hint, you can get the coupon at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. It's a no-brainer, and it's buy one, get one for $1 on our famous foot-long with chili or chicken sandwich. Of course, you can always get guaranteed great deals this time of year on mowers and weed eaters and blowers, but right now at Parkway Gun and Pawn, they've also got an incredible selection of hand and power tools, guitars, and musical instruments just in, new and used, long and handguns, and ammunition and more, with no pawn limits and cash today on anything you want to sell or pawn. Parkway Gun and Pawn. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. 3 arrests making local headlines tonight. The first is after police responded to a fight complaint in Dixie, specifically on Sugar Camp over the course of the weekend, and once authorities, that being Chief of Police Matthew Watson, arrived and found more than a dozen people at or outside the residence, he called for backup via the Magafa County Sheriff's Department. And after investigation, they found a man hiding in a closet and also found him with a couple of grams of methamphetamine and also served him with an outstanding Magoffin County indictment warrant for theft by unlawful taking and other charges. The indictment warrant stems from a Magoffin County Sheriff's Department case where 27-year-old Alex Fletcher of Sagersville is charged with theft by unlawful taking of an automobile, receiving stolen property, and other counts. He is now facing new charges from the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department and the Sagersville City Police after their investigation into the fight complaint on Sugar Camp on Sunday, in which Chief of Police Matthew Watson says that they realized someone was hiding in a bedroom closet, and after that person refused to come out of hiding, he later changed his mind when authorities threatened to discharge their taser. Fletcher is still lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center on a variety of charges: possession of a controlled substance because he had about 2 grams of methamphetamine on his possession at the time of his arrest on Sunday, public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and other counts. The next arrest comes out of Paintsville. It's a bit disturbing, says authorities. The incident that they found in the city park after responding to multiple complaints about a man cursing, yelling, and screaming and carrying on, and then he actually struck the officer numerous times, spit on the officer, blood and bodily fluid, and continued to cause a scene, and now faces numerous charges as he sits in the Big Sandy jail. Officer Holbrook with the Paintsville PD says that Sunday afternoon around 3:30 at the Paintsville City Park, he responded to not one but several 911 calls about this man in the city park acting strange and scaring the kids who were playing in the park. Officer Holbrook says that when he got there, he found 26-year-old Timothy Hall of Paintsville talking, swearing loudly, cursing in front of the kids. He asked him to stop. He didn't, and he placed him under arrest. Hall started throwing elbows at the officer, threatening bodily harm against the officer. Holbrook deployed his taser, and it didn't have any effect on Hall. He then, what is called, dry stunned him with the taser again, and Hall took off running on foot until the officer caught up with him, and Hall still continued to throw his elbows at the officer, still continued to threaten him with bodily harm, and nearly ran over or knocked over several kids in the process of running or trying to run away from the police officer. He's charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, terroristic threatening, menacing, assault in the third of a police officer because he spit blood and bodily fluid on the officer, fleeing, evading police on foot, and wanton endangerment in the second degree. He's still in the Big Sandy jail. And lastly, very early this morning, a Magoffin County man was arrested after a complaint led the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department to a residence in the Half Mountain area. This man had fired a weapon inside a home, outside a home. A small child was present and threatened himself and other family members. Deputy Jonathan Holbrook's arrest citation says that around 6:30 or shortly thereafter this morning, he was called to the Half Mountain area to a residence there in reference to a shots fired complaint. Holbrook says that he arrived and interviewed several witnesses who all stated that 21-year-old Joshua Standifer of Sagersville had taken his grandfather's pistol, fired it, and shot a hole in the roof of his grandparents' home, and also fired the weapon several times outside. There was also said to have been a child inside the residence asleep when the shots were fired, including the one through the roof. Deputy Holbrook also interviewed another family member who stated that she had met him on the roadway. After arguing with her, he pointed the gun at her and asked her if she wanted to die. The defendant also made threats to kill himself before going further on up Half Mountain with the firearm, believed to have been going up on the strip job area. Standifer was charged with theft by unlawful taking of a firearm, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, and wanton endangerment in the first degree. He was also served with a failure to appear warrant as well. I mentioned briefly last night before the community calendar that the Sagersville Police Department was putting together a free camp. I've got the details on that. Parents, you're going to have a whole lot of reasons to want your 6th, 7th, or 8th graders to go to this. I'll tell you more, or let somebody else tell you more about it in a minute. Right now, here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar that starts off with, as we almost do every night, a birthday. Actually, 2. I got birthday wishes going out to, it looks as though, and it is obviously, 2 people. Happy birthday with a long list of family and friends to Donna Cottle and her brother Sean. Happy birthday to you both. Happy birthday from a long list of family and friends. Going on, another reminder that next Monday on the 10th is when the McGoffin County Summer Feeding Program starts, feeding hundreds of kids throughout the summer. They've got 3 buses making several stops. There you can see the entire list. They'll also be stopping at the Lakefront Church of God. And the Sagersville Grade School is where you can go. It's actually where they're preparing the meals, and kids can go there as well. So a host of locations throughout the entire McGoffin County area. You can find that schedule on the front page of this week's Sagersville Independent. Post it on your fridge and keep it with you throughout the end of July. And just a quick reminder, it might not be a pool day for a few days, but the Ramey Park Pool is open for the summer. $3 general admission. You can rent it for parties, I think, in the evenings and definitely on Sundays. 2 hours for just $175. Call 349-5102. Don't forget the 23rd Annual United Way Golf Scramble is coming up this Friday, 9 o'clock. At the Paintsville Golf Course. Call 791-9902. It's they put together an absolutely great scramble. And, of course, great causes are supported by the United Way, like our senior citizens and McGoffin County Rescue Squad. And call me anytime you've got a calendar announcement, birthday or anniversary or otherwise, and we'll tell everyone about it. Going on to this Tuesday's funeral service announcements, a reminder of services to be held this week for 58-year-old Robin Holbrook of Banner, who passed away on the 31st. Robin was formerly of Sagersville and the son of Elazine Holbrook and the late Forney Holbrook, and besides his mother, he's survived by his wife, Angela Mullins Holbrook, and his brother, Scotty. Visitation is this evening, all day tomorrow, and prior to Thursday's services that start at 1 o'clock in his honor. Visitation and services all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home, with burial to be held at the Lakeview Memorial Cemetery in Staffordsville. And I've been told today that 52-year-old Norma Reisner of Back Branch passed away on today's date, on June the 2nd, the daughter of Judy Cole Ferris and the late Doris Ferris. She was preceded in death by her husband, Jackie Lewis Reisner. Besides her mother, she's survived by her daughter, Renee Howard, and stepson, Travis Reisner. Visitation will be tomorrow evening after 6, all day Thursday, and up until Friday's services that start at 1 o'clock. Services from the Right Hand Middle Fork United Baptist Church. Did you know that with the IGA Personal Rewards Card, real people are getting really big discounts on gas? Just sign up at IGA, and from then on, for every $50 you spend on groceries, you get anywhere from 5 to 25 cents off on each gallon of gas you buy at VIP Fuels on the Parkway. This customer saved $1.75 a gallon, and some have paid only 10 cents a gallon for 15 gallons of gas. And it's quick because your points stack up. And most weeks, IGA has double, triple, or even 5 times the points. And they'll give you another 10 cents off every time you share your receipt on the IGA Facebook page showing you've saved. The seasonal shop is simply wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling, filled with new arrivals and more coming every day. Natural Life is in the store. It's a fun, uplifting brand of t-shirts, headbands, air fresheners, mugs, and more. And they've always got the latest and greatest designs from Simply Southern, including their new line of drinkware for hot or cold. And the women's spring and summer collections are simply amazing and ready to get you ready for the beautiful weather, head to toe. And come in and check out their rewards program. Free local delivery. They'll ship it to you. They're now accepting PayPal, and they've always got baby and wedding registry at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold. and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Some big news that was expected coming out of Moorhead earlier today as authorities and officials congratulated Independent Stave Company for starting construction on their near $67 million Commonwealth Cooperage in Moorhead. The governor says that this is expected to create more than 220 Kentucky jobs over the coming years. The groundbreaking was held for Independent Stave earlier today, celebrating the onset of the new Cooperage's construction near the Moorhead-Rowan County Airport. Using locally manufactured staves, Commonwealth Cooperage will produce white oak barrels for the bourbon and whiskey industries. When construction is complete, the Cooperage will become the company's third in the state, joining its 500-employee Kentucky Cooperage in Lebanon and a used barrel Cooperage in Louisville, which refurbishes and provides freshly dumped whiskey barrels to breweries and wineries around the world. This company also owns 2 stave mills in Kentucky. One has 120 employees. The other has several as well. ISC is a family-owned cooperage company headquartered in Missouri. It reaches distilleries, wineries, and breweries in more than 40 countries. The Boswell family founded the company in 1912, first as a domestic supplier of staves and today as a cooperage company crafting a wide range of barrels and oak products. They have facilities in Missouri and Kentucky and Indiana and Ohio, France, Australia, South America, and the list goes on. And of course, bourbon and many of its whiskey relatives is aged in charred oak barrels. And that process gives the spirit its signature caramel color and contributes to the complex palate of its flavors. We know all of that, or most everyone has heard it at least, but the global boom in demand for bourbon in the past decade continues to benefit Kentucky and its signature industry. Distillers filled more than 1.7 million barrels in 2018. Just 10 years before that, it was less than 800,000, so less than half. The plan to invest another $1.2 billion over the next 5 years is also being discussed, and distillers are reporting capital spending, such new and expanded plants and barrel warehouses of $1.1 billion in the past 5 years, and another $1.2 billion over the next 5 years as the industry continues to grow. Well, here's what I can tell you, that with the help of local resources, the Sagersville Police Department is putting together a super cool substance abuse camp for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in a few days, with everything from helicopters to firemen to fun and games, with some really good reasons parents are going to want their kids to be there.
We got a grant through the McGoffin County Health Department for $500 to put on a substance abuse camp. We took some donations from other people in town, and basically we're going to have a camp June 17th to the 21st. It'll be at the community center in Sayersville from 10 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock. Like Monday and Tuesday will be substance abuse. We're having the fire chief come over and talk about fire safety. We're having a local attorney talk about sexting and bullying. And it's just going to be a fun-filled week for children. We're going to try to have a pool party afterwards, which will be on Saturday. It's for grades 6, 7, and 8, and it's for kids going into the 6th grade and kids leaving the 8th grade. We're also having a Kentucky 9 helicopter is going to come, so the kids can look at it, and the paramedics and them will talk to them. I think it'll be a good time. We was going to have it in Ramey Park, but we figured the temperature's going to be too high. So the county judge let us use the community center.
Watson says that, of course, there will be a lot of games and fun, so much, in fact, kids might not even know that they're learning about bullying and sexting and substance abuse and fire safety, so it's a great reason for parents to bring their kids. And they're also getting some help from some recent criminal justice graduates from the Montgomery County High School. So it's all going to be very well chaperoned.
We're hoping to see a bunch of people there. You can email me at m.watson72@yahoo.com or call 606-349-3256 and hope to see you there.
Enjoy your evening because it's the last like it for a while. It's going to be a super active system, or pattern, I should say, for the next several days. And the instability with all this just continues to grow. And that, of course, will relate to the uncertainty as to when and where you're going to possibly see some showers and thunderstorms. They're going to be on and off. Some are going to pack some serious winds and some quick rain that could add up and cause flash flooding issues over the next several days. A lot of folks will not see these showers and storms. Some might just see some light showers that might add up to 1/4 of an inch throughout a 24-hour period or so. But there is an increased threat or likelihood that a lot of folks are going to get in under some severe weather starting tomorrow. We'll be keeping a close eye on this for days. But right now, here's how it all breaks down. So with all of that in mind, the weather bears watching closely for days. As for your outlook, updated just a few moments ago, here's how it's breaking down at this hour. Tonight, 64 degrees, which is what we were expecting 24 hours ago. So we're still holding on to that prediction. A chance of showers and thunderstorms. Actually about 4 or 5 in the a.m. and not before, I don't think. So really, tomorrow morning. We will see the 80s tomorrow, 83 degrees, I think. No sunshine for a while. We're talking mostly cloudy skies, a chance of showers and thunderstorms from any time from 10 a.m. on. It's not going to be wall-to-wall rain or storm activity, but just a back and forth. You might even see some cloudy, partly cloudy skies at times, but before you know it, we'll be back into or possibly under another shower or thunderstorm. Rainfall amounts tomorrow between 1/4 and 1/2 an inch, unless you get under a thunderstorm that develops and puts down a lot more in a relatively short period of time. Tomorrow night, showers and thunderstorms still likely, mostly cloudy, 67 for your low, another 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch unless you get under a thunderstorm that puts down a lot more. Thursday, mostly cloudy, 80 degrees, a 40% chance of showers. Chances will actually increase into Thursday night with lows around 65. Shower chances still here Friday afternoon, mainly after 2. 79 for your high, a 50% chance of showers and storms. Saturday, 81, 50%. Sunday, 80, 60% chance of showers on Sunday, and still a 40% Sunday night, 50% Monday, 60% on Tuesday. Temperatures hovering very consistently right at 80 and 65, 66 degrees. And that's a wrap for this Tuesday. Thank you for being a part of it. See you back here tomorrow night.